Two.
Welcome back. Oh, no. Yo, this is your show. I'm tripping.
That was a fucking good one.
We gonna keep that.
Let's go.
Welcome to another episode of Just Kickin'. Of course, it's your favorite tomboy here. I have some interesting guests here, as you can see. How about y'all introduce yourselves before I talk about y'all?
I go by the name of Chocolate Dad. You can follow me on Instagram at Chocolate Dad _ Yeah, that's me.
It's your man 9-5 of the Just Daddin Podcast.
It's your boy Styles.
Yeah, it's your boy.
I know.
Yo, it's your boy Sai, aka Sai, from the Just Daddin Podcast. Yeah,
Forgot where you work?
I don't know why I work.
Yeah, we're here.
Half the
Just,
time.
you know what I mean? Of course,
Just
as y'all
kicking
can see, they are a part of the Just Daddin Podcast, right?
Yeah, facts.
yep.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, this episode is going to be quite interesting. We're going to talk about relationships. Everybody okay with talking about relationships?
We talk about dogs and cats. Come
You
on
look a
now.
little sad. I'm just making sure.
I'm about to call my lawyer first.
We're going to get right into it, okay? Do you prefer a private relationship or a public relationship?
You want me to go?
Whoever wants to go. Y'all
I
so
jump in
silly.
there. I like private relationships. I don't like talking. I don't like nobody knowing my shit. I like to just keep things in the cut. I feel that more people in your relationship, the more problems you have. People like to influence. So when you in a relationship, you comfortable, whatever it is, because then you have a person say, like, you dated somebody and it turns around like, oh, they met him, oh, I don't like how he looks, I don't like this, I don't like that. Then they start implementing their feelings onto you. But when you shut that door, you make it private, people just don't say nothing. Like, anybody that knows me is just like, don't, the room isn't there because I'm that private. So the room isn't there to say something to influence the relationship.
Is it private or is it a secret?
Ain't no secret, it's just private. The thing is, that's a problem people have too. They don't know the separation of secrets and private because of the fact that people's too nosy.
Right.
So, if I just don't tell you it's not a secret, it's private. It's just like, people pick and choose what is a secret. Like now, technically it's private for me to ask you if you're vaccinated, but all of a sudden now, if you don't say you vaccinated, why you keeping secrets? It's almost just like you're trying to hide it in a sense, because people don't know how to separate private, personal, and secrets. It just ain't for everybody to know.
Okay.
That's cool. That was cute. I like that. Nah, but my take on that, it comes from, it depends. Because it's not, I feel like starting a relationship is, you can't be selfish, so you got to change some things. So if I'm a person that want to be in the public, like make it public, but a person I'm with want to be private, I'm not going to be, so you kind of get the vibe or who you dealing with, and y'all can figure it out from there, you know what I'm saying? Because some people want to be private, some don't. Some may want to be in between, so it's kind of like,
But what about you?
Me, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because what if you want to be public and that person wants to be private? That could be an issue.
I would respect, if I want to be public, I would respect her
Privacy?
Her privacy, 100%.
You won't question it?
Nah, it's the reason why, like, because before you get in a relationship with somebody, you got an idea of what type of person they are. So you would kind of have an idea if they private or public or not. You know what I'm saying? You were like, that's part of you doing your research on the motherfucker before you like start.
So you're a researcher?
You have to.
We could get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah, you have to.
I believe so, because I
have
don't
to.
know everything about you, but your whole family before I even go on a second date.
I mean, what you know, that's on you. Then you gotta get to fix the real deal, so you could go do research all you want.
No, it ain't. No, the research is to see the type of person that I'm dealing with, but you don't know that I've done research. Like, when you bring it up, then I'll pretend like I don't know. I might know all 5 of your sisters and your brother, but I'm not gonna say anything until you be like, yeah, because I have a sister or whatever. And I'm like, oh, word, what's her name? No one already know, but you know what I mean? I don't need to.
But that's kind of pointless research.
I like research.
Yeah, but yeah.
See, I'm a people pleaser. So with this whole Instagram and social media, it's like, if I'm not on your page, then fuck out of here. You out here DMing bitches. So I just rather, I post. I'm
Oh,
gonna
you
put
just
you on my
pleasing.
page.
You
I'm
do it
a
please.
people pleaser. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm not very private, so it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. I'll post you.
Okay.
Make me no difference.
Okay.
I feel that with everything there needs to be a balance, right? So I'm not gonna say that I'm very public, but I don't mind putting certain pieces of our relationship out in public. You know, like kind of what Styles alluded to, right? Like every single thing that you deal with and you go through, you don't have to put out on social media, you know, or talk to your friends and the family about. There are some things that just need to be held within the household. But of course, you wanna go on a trip, you know, you want to celebrate successes, you can do that publicly, things of that nature, because I'm very big on energy. And even if it's not somebody who's around you, there's this energy in the universe. So the more you put out there, the more people have to go off of to be negative and things of that sort. They put in those things towards, like if you're buying a home or something like that, I'm not going to post it until like I have the keys, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because there are people who, as much as you like, as many likes as you're getting, there's more people watching, hating. You know what I'm saying?
I won't even post the keys. You'll just see me in a different space.
Right, I mean, in that instance as well, but people are very, there are a lot more people rooting against you, I feel, in the social atmosphere.
So you feel like you should be more discreet?
You should be more mindful of what it is that you want to put out there. Because once you put it out there, it's out there. You can't control, even if it's private, somebody's going to screenshot, somebody's going to send this, that, there's people who's going to do their research and things of that sort.
Right,
So,
because I look at my insights all the time.
right. And there are a lot of those folks. So, like I said, for me and my lady and my family, I'm very particular about what it is that we decide to be able to put out there. And half of the time, I'm like, "Are you okay with this one?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't care," or whatever, you know, and vice versa. So,
I think I'm more like Styles. But I feel like I don't have a problem with people knowing who I deal with. If I'm dealing with you on a certain type of level, then it doesn't even matter. If you're my man, like, it doesn't really matter whether somebody knows or not. But I do believe that there are more people who look at things, they look to judge, or you get those hit ups like, oh, you know this person, he used to talk to this person, or he used to deal, and not that I care, but I don't even want to deal with that. You know what I mean? Because that's people trying to infiltrate your happiness because they're not happy. So they want to gossip about whatever you got going on, or they want to try to, oh, she with him, now I might try to talk to her, or I might get somebody to talk to him, or something like that. So I'd rather be private about it. Plus, I don't like people in my business.
So how about
Mind your
this?
business.
How about that? So, right, you like to be private, right? You're dealing with a guy who don't want to be private. How would you deal with that?
I've dealt with a guy who didn't want to be private.
Bro, this is her show.
No, he can ask me that
Cool. I'm just curious.
He can ask me a question.
That's it. I'm just curious.
I dealt with a guy who wanted, like, I would post him on my page a little bit. See, the thing with me is I protect what I love and I protect what I care about. And especially a person who their career path is more outward and social. I don't want people judging my person or my family or the people that I'm really close to. So I protect them as much as I can. Even with this show, the last episodes were with my sisters, and even with that, it was a sense of like, look, this is what can happen, this is what can't happen, but I still had like a fear of somebody judging my sisters. You know what I mean? And it kind of made me kind of second guess doing it with them because I didn't want people saying anything to them. I can take it, like I know how this goes, but they're not used to it. So, and it's the same thing. If I deal with a person, more than likely they're probably not going to be doing what I'm doing. So they might not understand what can come with that because I know what my algorithm is. They don't. So if somebody was to judge them, I'm gonna be ready to fight them, even if it's a fake page. You get what I'm saying? So I look at things like that. I protect the things that I love, and because of that, I'm more private. And because I want to enjoy this, and I don't want anybody to even feel like they can infiltrate what I have, my bond.
Great answer.
Because like what you said, I mean, on that subject, that's why I have a thing like I call like my mental real estate. In the sense like, you know, people who have a habit, you have a nice car, you protect it. You ain't gonna park in a certain neighborhood, you ain't whatever. You have your house, you have your land. You see people go hard for their grass. That's my life in a sense. So I have a mental real estate where it's like I just gotta you can't cross that gate.
Right.
I gotta protect it. Yeah, you can see it. Like you can see the house, but don't break in.
Right.
You know, don't start ruffling in my refrigerator. You know, my mental space. You know,
Right.
don't start ruffling. 'Cause that's what feeds me. Don't start ruffling on. You know, like I said, start running on my grass. Or,
Mind your business.
Yeah, putting mud on my ground.
Right.
That's why I am private, because like that's what we do anyway. But then it's like we open doors through social media and stuff like that. And then I always think like I'm always afraid to show even my kids in a sense, because
Yep.
I'm ready to kill you now. You're gonna talk about my kid. Like why do I have to get in that space now? Like I just could just not do it. And it keeps it safe for me, and it goes across the board.
Right. So, with that being said, I'm gonna slide over to a little more into the relationship. Is it okay for you or your partner to be cool with their exes?
It depends on the circumstance. It depends on how, I guess, the relationship ended. For me, if we was already cool, but you know, things happen where you know no one was actually hurt or I guess felt disrespected, then yeah, I mean, you have a friendship, because to be with someone you have to start off as friends.
Right.
So I don't think that you could just stop being friends with someone that you truly was friends with. As long as you keep that friendship line where it's at, where you're just friends, then I don't see an issue with you communicating with your ex, vice versa, male or female.
Okay, so it's okay in your relationship on both ways? Both ways?
Like I said, depends. In my relationship now, they didn't end off good. So there's no reason for her to communicate with him.
Okay.
With females that I dealt with, and that's just one person. I don't know if she's still communicating with any of her other exes. She probably is. I'm cool with that. I'm okay. But I just know about one. For me, there's no one that I've dealt with in the past that I'm still not cool with. We don't speak every day, because I'm the type of person, I don't speak to even my friends every day, my regular friends. So I'm not going to speak to you every day, especially, you know, since we've been in this situation. But I don't see anything wrong with it. Depends on the context of the conversation. If it ever goes left, then it becomes a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think as long as, well, with me personally, like, you just have to understand that you have to be respectful. And like Steve said, like, if you ended off on poor terms with your ex or whatever, obviously there should be no reason for you to continue having the conversation, right? There are some situation that you guys are bonded for life together, right? Like my fiance, she has to have a relationship with her daughter's birth father. Like, that's just what it is. And even in that instance, when I first got with her, their relationship was like very shady on the rocks, to the point where like I had to step in, like somebody's gonna lose some fucking teeth. Yeah, you gotta relax. But like, she has no choice. But in other situations, I think as long as you're respectful, and it shouldn't be something like, oh, say hi to your mom for me every day. Like no, like it needs to just be like, if I like your picture on Instagram, cool, keep it pushing or whatever. I don't want to hear a conversation like, oh, vice versa, like, oh yeah, Sunday I'm going out to brunch with, you know, Camera Top or whatever.
So y'all can follow each other on social media and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think,
like
yeah,
I said,
but my page is public.
yeah.
So
I just want to make sure. I'm just, you know what I mean, trying to cover the bases.
But like I said, it got to be respectful, right? Like, that person can't post a picture and you putting like heart emojis under there. Like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can like it, keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Everything just needs to be respectful. However, don't do secrecy. Don't be like, oh, yo, this person, you post, every single time you post, this is the first person like your picture. Like, and oh yeah.
Oh, you monitoring?
I'm not monitoring. But
I'm just saying how you know that's the person. He told on himself. It's okay.
Not me, but it's come across. So I understand.
It's come across, allegedly.
Yeah, it has. Listen, you know, real life shit.
So it's come across that this person on numerous occasions has been the first person to like the picture.
I've been the recipient of the likes. You understand?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm just trying to generalize it here.
All right,
Thank you
all
very
right.
much.
I'm just trying to understand.
That's all
it.
good though. Nah, but like it's been that case where that person, they're like, yo, every single time you post something, this person is old, like, and you don't even know who this person is, and it's like it's a little bit. It comes off awkward. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be like, oh yeah, that's X, Y, and Z. But you gotta be able to tell them that. Don't be like, oh, I have no idea, and all of a sudden you're out someplace and you see them and you're hugging. Oh, what's going on? Like, don't be wishy-washy. Just be transparent about your shit.
Okay.
I don't communicate with exes.
Damn.
That was good.
Straight, like, no mental real estate for sale.
Fuck that.
I mean, because it just, you know what it is, like, how can I put it? Like, I don't have a true belief of when you with somebody, they're your friend. They're more than that. So I have friends.
Wait, say that again?
I don't believe that person that you're with, that they're actually your friend. Because the fact that you may love them or however your term is that you like with a person. But I don't consider, I get what you say, you start as friends, whatever like that. But I got friends. So it's like, yeah, I'm dealing with you in that type of way. So if I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Mm-hmm. I mean, of course, I have a child and so forth. And even in this situation, like, the way my rules doesn't matter with the other person. But I'll jump into that. I don't communicate with exes because I don't have a reason to. Like, there's nothing there. Like, I know the type of person I am. So me communicating with you is only good for you. It doesn't do nothing for me. Like, I know I'm going to be that person if you need something, because that's what I would always did. I'm jumping out my bed to come and help you out. I'm not going to get that from the other person. I know that I'm not, because you're going to move on. You're going to have that person. Why would I go on with the next person and still give you that line? Like, I'll do that for you. I'll do that for you. I'll do that for people that's just my friends. But then you're not my friend anymore. You're an ex. So why do I have to continue to communicate with you if we don't have any ties? Now that's questions I have to answer in my next situation too. So I really don't move on, in a sense. Because then, yeah, now your person's liking pictures on your post. Oh, I got to explain that. I don't have to explain that because don't hit me up no more. Like, it saves my life that much headache.
But
then,
at the same time, not to cut you off, but at the same time, shouldn't that be a question within itself? Because I feel like, I mean, I've had these conversations with like women too, because they have an issue with like if you're friends with your ex. Some women don't care. But even with that, why does it have to be a question of like why she liking this and why she liking that? That's an insecurity factor. That's not a relationship factor. That's an insecurity factor, and you don't want to deal with it. But you're not responsible for somebody else's insecurities if you know that you're doing your part in a relationship. I
agree, and that's why I don't care the other way around. That's just for me. Okay. All that me cutting people off is for me. Okay. Like, it's not for...
Peace.
Yeah, it's for my peace. At the end of the day, I got to protect me. Right. Everybody's going to protect themselves. Same way the person is asking you about those posts or whatever like that, they protecting themselves. They don't really care about you. It's what they feeling for themselves.
Absolutely.
So for me, I don't want to deal with that at all, both ways. I don't want to be bothered with the question. I don't want to be bothered with the... hey, the back door's open. Like I said, my mental real estate. Hey, Chris, what's going on? My car's messed up. Can you help me out? Because my personality, I will want to help you out.
I got
but
you.
I'd rather keep the people around that I really want to help than it is ex. Like, why do I want to? I don't care about your wedding. I don't care about any of that stuff. Get married, enjoy, whatever. Like,
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
Like, what is your sign?
He's a Capricorn.
So it's just like, do your thing. But then on the other side too, even in a relationship, I don't care. Like, you have exes, that's what you do. Because the other side of it is, I don't have an insecurity, because it's not an insecurity. I guess my insecurity is based on just reality. You're gonna do what you're gonna do anyway. Mm-hmm. Either I don't know about the ex, I don't know that ex was a coworker, I don't know that what's the name. It's whatever you choose to tell me. I'm not gonna be private. I don't have time. Life is too short for me to be focused on another person's life. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, if you're gonna want to be here, you're gonna be here. If you don't want to be here, you're gonna be somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And me looking at everybody else, I don't give a fuck. At the end of the day, to be honest, you have full access to the world. Like life is so simple. You can walk out the door and then sit there and say, "Oh, the milkman he looks amazing." And milkman don't even exist. And that's when you know I've been with this nigga all this time. I don't want you no more. So it could be the friend, it could be the new person, it could be whoever. So I don't all that. Like I know some people try to say, "Oh, do you hold that on the person?" That's for me. Like, I'm not gonna sit there, don't be talking to your ex, because you're gonna talk to him anyway.
That's like saying, erase that person number out your phone. I memorized it.
Exactly.
So, what does it matter?
At that point, it's a red flag.
Yeah,
right.
But that's not that. Everything's a red flag. There's all flags at the end. Even the green flags turn red. The same person, that's another subject. But, like, I don't hold on to any of that stuff. But I hold myself to the standard. Yo, nah, my phone ain't ringing with no ex. Like, that's not happening.
What's your longest relationship?
11 years.
Before that, because 11 years
3
was
years.
3 years. All right. Yeah, that's not enough time to. Because I feel like, hearing that, right? I hear it sometimes where people say like, yo, you cannot be friends. Like you was never friends. We're never friends. You was my girlfriend. We're not friends. You can never be my best friend. I hear it, but I don't understand it.
I don't either.
I say that because of the fact that, like, I could go and tell you anything in the reality because it's such a judgment.
Wait, because
we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that.
Yo, bro, how you doing?
Hold on, we gonna get to Saya.
I know, Saya.
Only us two.
If I sat there, I've been engaged with all you guys.
Yeah, Saya.
To piggyback with what he said, yeah, that's it.
No
Nah. I don't have vexes. If I meet you, nobody have vexes, so we don't need to communicate.
I heard that before, but
Just simple. Nah, let me stop. It depends. It's situational. And I really feel like if you got a new relationship with somebody, that's something that should be spoken upon. I mean, I don't know prior if you know they exes or history of it, but you got to know the history. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a situation a conversation you got to have with each other to see. Because it can't be harmless where, like, some people do so as friends, depending on the situation, and get in a relationship, don't work out, but it was never like, never was like bad. I feel simple as this, for you to be okay with them having exes and stuff like that, both parties got to be mature enough. As in the boyfriend, the girlfriend, and the exes. It got to be a real mature situation.
absolutely.
But that only works if, like, there's no other feelings attached and stuff like that. Everybody can be transparent and with each other.
But I don't think the exes have nothing to do with the relationship. The exes can do whatever they want to do. They also determine what. Yes, because listen, your relationship should be solid. Nobody should be able to break it if you really committed into your relationship. Your ship should be so well put together that nobody can penetrate it, right? That's how it's supposed to go. Now, an ex, if y'all friends or whatever, and the ex decides to cross those boundaries and you tell them no, and they continue, then you can't be friends with that person, 100%. Right? But they don't owe your relationship anything. If they respect you, like if you respect me and you want, I know, but they don't. But the thing is, you and your partner have to be mature. This is just my opinion. Yeah. You and your partner have to be mature. That ex don't have to be mature. They're gonna determine whether they should be in your life or not. If you want to be disrespectful, you can't be here because this is more important to me.
100%,
if you could be respectful and we could be friends, cool. You know what I mean? But what you do doesn't determine what happens here.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but go ahead, continue.
No, I mean,
that's
great. But I mean, that's what I feel it boils down to. Like, y'all will have to, I mean, if you got an ex that is just like, still trying to, somewhat, then you got to clip it, like, I mean, and what I feel sometimes, you could clip it without even, like, telling your significant other. Like, sometimes you could just handle it, like, on your own without even, like, kind of bringing it up, kind of. You could just, because it's really, we know nothing to say, really. Like, I'm not going to tell you, hey, yo, because it's not going to be a factor, so you could just, like, cut it loose and just leave it alone. But, I mean, overall, you can or you can't. It depends on you and your relationship. It's just depending on y'all and y'all exes. It just depends on the situation.
So hold on. So hearing what you're saying, right? You said basically when you're with your new partner, you got to know the history of them and their ex. But in some cases, it's like, why you keep asking about this nigga? Why you want to know?
Nah, I mean, not in the sense of like keep asking. I mean, just when you get to know somebody, that's gonna come up eventually. Like, your ex. I mean, all depends. All depends, because some people come from short-term exes, long-term exes. The long-term ex is going to be the question that you probably is going to surface, rather than the short-term ex. Like, example, like 11 years versus like 9 months. Like 9 months is like.
A lot can happen in 9 months, though. It could have been a toxic ass 9 months.
No, I'm
that
saying
affected that person. I believe it's the experiences, because the years is cool. You could be with somebody for 11 years. You know the longevity of that. There's history there. 9 months, there could be history there too. I think it's more of how the ex impacted that person, you gonna know about the ex that impacted that person the most.
Yeah, but to answer this question is like I'm not gonna keep asking about the ex and digging and keep like we gonna have that conversation at some
you
point.
have to
Or it's like I said, everything's about timing. You're not gonna just meet somebody and jump into the ex situation. You let it roll, let it play out. You with that person, then when the time come when y'all have a conversation about exes or say something, say like example like y'all out somewhere and like you see the ex. I'm with you. I don't know. You hug him a little, like you will feel like what's up with that? What's like it's kind of
Can
weird.
y'all do that? Like if y'all see your exes?
No, I'm just saying.
Can y'all like get like, hey, what's up? Give them a hug and keep it. No.
I'm not. That's not my energy though either. Though I don't do.
I would more than likely be like,
Yeah.
keep it pushing.
Nah, I'm a hug you. I'm a hugger.
Yeah, everything.
And at the same time,
I'm a hug. If we cool,
Yeah,
hey, what's up? I'm gonna give you a hug.
Make everything.
That's when you make it weird. That's when you make it weird. Like
Why?
I'm saying that's when people make it weird. You can't. No, I'm
You
saying
can't do the extra long hug
No.
because some people try to do the
pick
extra.
'em up,
Don't
feet in the
don't do
air,
the
all
rock.
that.
You
See,
can't
all that, I
rock.
don't got time for that
You can't
litigations,
rock.
But I was gonna say with
Don't
like,
do it.
so I know Styles has a question, but like me, like my life experience is a little bit. I'm not gonna say different because I don't know everybody else's stuff, but like in my time, I've never been like a relationship person.
Me either.
shit.
I've like
for real.
like I'm
y'all
like,
just been
My
outside.
whole life, I probably had maybe 3 girlfriends.
bro, I've only had 3
Maybe.
girlfriends, and I'm engaged to the 3rd. Like I had one, when I was like in college. I had one after college, all short
Maybe
stints.
more than 3, but-
and then my fiance. So
Maybe
I've
5.
never had any experience where like I'm out and have to worry about running into them. We don't run into not the same circles at all, so we're never gonna like cross paths and things of that sort. But I also feel like what you mentioned before, if you do happen to see somebody on both sides of the fence, like I said, it's about being respectful. If you're gonna go give them a hug or whatever, I don't care. Like, I'm secure. Like if you're gonna give that person a hug, go give them a hug. I don't give a shit. It is what it is.
And make sure they speak to me too.
I'm not like that.
I am.
You can't tell that person.
You can't, but it's respectful. Cause if I see my ex and he with his girl, or whatever, and I be like, hey, if it's all good, hey, how you doing? I might hug her too. You know what I mean? Because I don't want her
I
feeling any
understand
type
that.
of way on. But that's me. I'm
If
respectful.
we're like side
no,
by
hold
side.
on. Let's go back to her point. Like you said, you letting the ex. It's your ship. Nothing should break.
should-
All right, but like you saying if that was the case, then you would probably like the guy, like you with your dude, and he see his ex, and you like, yo, why didn't they say nothing to me?
I'm not gonna say why
But
she
you're
didn't
gonna
say
feel
anything
away.
to me. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna note it. Am I gonna feel away? Not really, but it's gonna draw my attention. Like, oh, so she spoke to him, you all lovey-dovey or whatever. And but in my relationship, if this is your ex, you should have introduced me to her. So is it gonna be a big thing? No, but I'm gonna acknowledge it. If she not acknowledging me, you acknowledge me. Cause if that's the case, I'm gonna acknowledge you if you with me. You with me. We not gonna act like you're not here. If they don't acknowledge you, I'm gonna go,
I'm
hey,
50-50
this is
on
my
that
man.
in the sense where like if we're literally like standing next to each other waiting to get into a restaurant and that person walks up and we like embrace, yes, absolutely. Oh, hey, what's going on? Yo, this is my fiance, X, Y, and Z or whatever. Because I don't ever want that person to get into their mind like, oh, they didn't say nothing, so let me try to, break in there or whatever. I 100% agree with that. But if we're like in a social gathering and like my lady goes to the bar and she sees her ex and gives them a hug or whatever, she comes back, I ain't gonna be like, yo, who's that? Why you introduce me? Whatever, fuck it. It is what it is.
All right, so with that being said,
We still had a question.
Nah, I forgot about it.
why is it he mentioned something about like we're not friends, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I've thought about this a lot when it comes to like men and women, because I had to do some soul searching, right? Because I don't need to do everything with my partner at all. Like we don't need to all do the same things, but I do want to feel included in certain things. And I think I'm like that because I have like big bros and I have male friends and I have a lot of male friends and they've always included me in stuff like, oh, they tell me everything. I know all their stories and all of this stuff. So when I get into a relationship, I consider you my friend too, because I should be able to come and tell you everything and you should be able to come to me and tell me everything. But I feel like some men have this thing where it's like, you're my girl, you go over here. And my friends are over here. Like you can't do with me what my, like I can't treat you like my friend. You're my girl, you go in this category. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't like it. I don't understand it. So maybe y'all can help me understand, why do men do that?
Chris might be able to help me. Like,
You know, no, and go ahead.
Me personally, like, my lady, she's involved in whatever I do. It's certain stuff I don't tell her because I don't want her judging my friends. I'm not gonna tell her some shit my man's did.
Right.
It's like some shit is like,
Right.
now I'm gonna keep
That's
that to
not
myself.
bro code.
Yeah, that's bro code. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep that to myself because now I don't want you looking at him crazy. Then now we can't go on trips together because he a wild boy. Yeah, so some stuff I just leave it where it needs to be left. But other than that, like if we go bowling, you may not know how to bowl, but you coming with us. But if it's like, is two different outings. If it's a guy outing, yeah, you're not coming because no one has their ladies around.
Right.
And we'll ask each other, like, yo, is your lady coming? Is she coming? And if no one's lady's coming, then no one lady is coming. That's it. And that's just how I move. We're friends. Yeah, we're friends.
I'm in the same realm. 95% of everything that we do, we do it together. Like, oh, I'm going out. You pulling up? You coming with us? All right, cool. There are like us amongst friends. We started this thing a couple of years ago. First Fridays, right? Like the first Friday, only the guys are going out. Like there's no ladies involved. It's just guys hanging, chilling, and stuff like that. And if she wants, that's our own thing. But everything else, yeah, she's included in it. Same with Steve. Like I might not tell you everything because I'm a believer that like if Steve's my best friend, right? If Steve tells me something, that's something between me and Steve. I'm not obligated to tell my lady me and Steve's business just because you and I are together.
Absolutely.
But on the side, I don't want to speak for Styles, but what I interpret it as, in some relationships, some people like just talk, go on a couple of dates, become boyfriend and girlfriend, and say it's like a short stint, like year, however long. You might have experienced a lot of things, but you guys didn't build your relationship on being friends. You guys are lovers and things of that sort. So when you guys end, as long as even if it's amicable or not, there's not a friendship part there as like you and like the way your other friends are. Cause like imagine you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't go 2-3 weeks without talking to them.
Absolutely.
But my friends, I can go a month and we pick right back up. There's nothing gone. It could be a year and it's the same thing. So that's why I feel like some relationships, depending on how you guys built into it, when you end, there isn't a friendship really there. Your basis was the relationship between you two.
This is me.
That's all you got. Get him, Tiger.
Get him tight.
Go get him.
I don't. Reason why I say the friendship thing is not real because I can't be a friend with the person because of the fact that you said it perfectly in an example what I was trying to say. Friendship is unconditional, relationships are. Because anything I'm doing, I could be a friend with a person who ain't got no money, who ain't got no car and all that stuff, but that's my man's. Like, I fuck with him. But then I could be that same person to somebody in a relationship, like he's a bum. I ain't calling my friend that. There's so much conditions involved in a relationship.
That's what I don't understand.
So when people keep saying that's my friend, no, I can't come and talk to you and say, this girl trying to talk to me. If
Why
you
not?
because the fact that if you're sensitive in a sense.
You could tell me, I'm gonna be like, word, what you said?
But then that's not always the case. But I know I could say that to my friend. Like there's no limitation on it. I could tell you, son, I bust my ass today, whatever. Sometimes your woman be on like, oh, like you here you go, stubby, you can't walk, like throw shit in your face type of thing. Like I'm roughing it right now. I could call my boy, like, things is tight right now. You get in a relationship. That woman or that person, and again, people love to say, oh, mature and everything. Let's face it, a lot more people are not mature than they are mature. And you find it later on in the time. And then if you're not growing in a relationship, you can see the person necessarily start showing I believe a lot of times people don't really grow at the same speed, no matter how relationship you're my friends, you're all in the same thing. So why doesn't that happen in a relationship? So yeah, it takes some maturity, like you would like to say. But the thing is that I cannot bank on your maturity to be considered a friendship, in a sense. Like I said, it's conditional. My friend, Chris, my car broke down. Can you look out for me? I get it. You got a family, so I get you may not show, but you show, that's great. You have a condition with your woman or your man that you got to get out the house. It doesn't matter how many hours you work.
So you go into a relationship with the conditions, basically.
No, I just know that it exists. I know for myself, receiving it doesn't work that way.
But based off of your past experiences, not your future experiences.
I just know people.
I know people too, and I'm saying, like, I feel like this is based off of your experience because you do know people, and I know people too, and I know the type of person that I am, and I know the type of people that I've been around, people like you, people like you, people like you, and we're gonna get to you, Saya, don't worry.
That's good.
But I say that just to say because you're already setting the prerequisite of your relationship before you even get in it, saying that people have conditions, so I'm going to have to deal with this, but you might not have to deal with that.
I agree, but then I know especially with my own personality is that it ain't for everybody, and a lot of people are more not strong enough to handle it a lot of times.
You go into situations like that too.
Yeah, and I just know. That's why I say I always say the most beautiful thing about people is the most ugliest in its choices. And no matter where you come from and whatever situation, you choose whatever's convenient for you.
And you set the standard for whatever your relationship is.
But I only can set the standard for myself.
Right.
Regardless of whatever the relationship
But you're also
is.
setting standards for somebody else before they even touch your life. Like you're already saying, I'm setting the standards for myself, but I already know when I go into this, they're going to act like this.
I want to say that. That's just people.
I'm always doing this.
And I enjoy it because you know what it is, people change. And I don't, the thing is, you can sit there, just like you said, your friend turns into your girlfriend. You changing. Your girlfriend turns into your enemies. You changing. The girlfriend turns to your kid's mother and so forth.
Hold on. Before you get there, hold that thought. Let's get to Saya so that way we got to incorporate him into the conversation. So Saya.
All right. So with the question you said, why do you want to know why do men don't want to mix their girlfriends with? I mean, I don't do that at all because I don't have a problem with my lady pulling up with anything. I mean, that's the type of person I am. So it don't, like, anybody I will deal with on a serious level, it won't matter. But, you know, but on the flip side, some people won't even want to interact with your friends like that, and that's fine. But back to what you said, wonder why men. I got no friends who do that. They will not, I will never see they never bring their girl around and stuff like that. And that's just because they girl is probably not fun.
That's a good point.
No, they girls
born
just
bitches.
Yeah, no, real shit. Like,
Wow.
Also, like, you know, would you consider it? Do you look at how I look at it?
No, I'm gonna get to that. Let me unravel my answer. You know, let me get my shit.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so like, men don't do that sometimes because they girls not fun, or they don't want to overlink their girl with their friends to see like what's like their friends are, and really some people like how you said like to protect they secrecy and they just feel like I said, my friends are my friends, your friends are your friends. I don't care to meet your friends, you don't have to care to meet my friends. And there's some women that's okay with that, you know, but there's some women that's not okay with that. Like, yo, why can't you pull up? Like, especially it becomes a problem when that person want to do it and like they see you go out and your friends got they like girls there and it's like, yo, what's up? Why I can't come? You know what I'm saying?
Situation.
So like, I think when if that's the situation, then that's because you're not fun.
It's not because I'm not.
No. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying the fun part, but it's more to that. Like, he just don't like you like that.
No, with my situation, it was a territorial thing. Like, everybody wants to talk to you because you're like everybody wants to talk to you, and I don't want I don't talk to nobody else's girlfriends. Like, I don't want people on you, and me personally as a friend person, I'm just like, it don't even matter. Like, I don't want none of your friends. Yeah, it's in insecurity. It was just like, I don't want none of your friends, like, at all. I'm not even looking at them like that.
I mean, that's crazy for him to think that him bringing you around his friends gonna like try to get his...
and that's
crazy.
But I said the same thing. I was just like, well, why are you around friends if you think that they're gonna crush you? Like,
those your man? Is that even your man's?
I feel like that is such a big red flag in a relationship where, like, if you can't have like your significant other around your friends, or sometimes like every time you're around is an issue, because I'm the same me with my lady, with my friends. Like, I'm a fun asshole. Like, I'm gonna have a good time. People can lie on me. I'm gonna be jokey, whatever the case may be. So if I have to be around like your friends and change who I am,
or feel like
all that kind of stuff,
whatever.
Like, there's something weird about that, because how you are around your closest friends, I feel like that's your truest you. And if you can't be that comfortable in your own relationship to just be the truest you, there's some OD cracks in the foundation of your situation.
Absolutely. And, you know, even like just to piggyback off of certain things that he said, it's just like, there's conditions on there, right? And I don't like conditions. You go into a situation or whatever feeling like I need to be this way, right? I already know that there's conditions. I go into a situation like, I don't want any conditions. I want respect, yes, but I don't want any conditions because I'm a very free-spirited person. I'm a very friendly person. I mean, I've dealt with people, like guys who don't like how friendly I am because they always feel like I'm always smiling in niggas' faces or whatever. But it's like, at the end of the day, my personality is what I like. I like people. I'm social when I need to be social, and it works for me. And that's just who I am. You will never have to worry about me. Nigga, what somebody feels is what they feel. What I'm doing, I know what I'm doing, and I know the boundaries that I create. But I go into a situation like, it's friendship first and last with me. You know what I mean? Like, we have to build a friendship. I'm friends with all my exes, except one, but I'm friends with all my exes, and I keep those boundaries there. You get what I'm saying? Because there was a friendship built, because I'm cool. Once I'm off you, I'm off you. I don't like you no more. I don't even look at you as an ex anymore. Now you're just a cool person, and I speak to you when I need to speak to you. I'll give you advice. You know what I mean? So, and there's nothing, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, because if I'm in a relationship, that boundary is already set. You can't even come out of the compartment that I put you in. Just because we used to deal with each other, we're no longer dealing with each other anymore. So all of that is null and void.
See, me, I don't believe that you can't be friends with it. But I think that way people built it just doesn't happen legitimately. It's not that I say that, I can't be friends with the person, but I just know that there's always a limitation. And then maybe it's because it's my own personality.
It's not a limitation, it's boundaries. It's two different things.
Yeah, but I don't like those either. I mean, it's kind of like, it's, I get the boundaries as far as, my big boundaries on disrespect and, there's certain things, but it's just like, I want to be able to just say anything. Like, I don't care. It's always some type of rules to the game, I always feel, in a relationship. And I'm not saying just in my own experience, just watching other people's, there's always some type of rule and limitation when you feel you gotta be turned. I always feel like I gotta be turned down. I can never just necessarily be, and I think, and I'm confident in the person I am. I love who I am.
But what you mean by turned down? What is it that you want to do that you feel like you're limited?
Talking. I'm finding my, in a conversation you're talking, I'm a bit brute. I'm a bit, straightforward. Not everybody could take that, but even people.
But you'll find somebody who can.
But even though they say that too, and then they still can't take it. So
but then you'll find somebody who can.
Yeah,
like that's how I feel like it works, because you're not the only. You're unique, but you're not the only you. You get what I'm saying? So you will meet somebody just like you meet your friends, right? You meet your friends, and your friends accept you for you. If you build a friendship first, that woman has to accept you for you, because then she becomes your friend, and then she treats you unconditionally. So regardless of what you do, she'll know, like, he's direct, but he means well. You get what I'm saying? Oh, he's like this, but I can accept him for him because I know it don't come from a bad place.
What if somebody builds that friendship with the opposite sex, right? And then it gets to the point where, all right, you might have some sort of romantic feelings or think about, might have some sexual tension. And that person says, yo, I feel like we shouldn't even get there because you're too good of a friend. I feel like I don't want to lose that. So now, you see what I'm saying? So now, what does that do now?
That,
you know what I'm saying?
that basically suppresses whatever that is. You get what I'm saying? Because,
it does.
Because the thing is, I believe that it's all about what you do. You can't control your feelings. I feel like opposite sex always if you're really cool with the opposite sex, there's an attraction there. You don't have to act on that attraction. Sometimes your love is more unconditional, where it's like, I love you so much, and I know that if we were to cross that boundary, there will be limitations, or there will be restrictions on how I gotta love you, because your feelings are involved. And I don't wanna jeopardize what we have going. So I'm choosing to not even go that way, because I know it can jeopardize the love that we already have. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think that also will, at some point, put a boundary on just the way the friendship is, because
That's what I say
now
within the relationship.
Only
now
if
what
you
happens
allow
is
it,
That's
though.
what I. That's why. I
not
feel
necessarily if you allow it though, because now you can walk into the room every time you see this shorty, you're like, yo, I love the hell out of the person that they are, but I want to be with them, but I can't because of the sake of the friendship. So now you kind of start
Acting a certain type of way.
not someone acting a certain kind of way, but now the boundaries are getting bigger and bigger, because it's like, you know, I used to be able to like, yo, if I'm in the city and I'm spanked, I can sleep on their couch. Now it's like I didn't want to go sleep on that person's couch because I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if we go on
But I
vacation,
think that's
we would split a hotel room, but now maybe not so much.
That's when boundaries get crossed, right? That's when you feel, because what happens is, to me, you think something, right? You could be like, Dad, I could see that person, right? Now, when you're thinking that, it's not out yet. So you're still behaving the same way. It's when you actually cross that line to say something, because now it's out and now that person knows. So how do they react? So it could be a trigger or something like that, like because she knows or he knows how I feel and they're ignoring my feelings.
I don't necessarily.
I think so.
I don't fully agree, because even if you don't say it outwardly for that other person to know, you know. So now you feel like sometimes people might move and say, you know what, I'm gonna maybe not hang out with them nearly as much, because I know the more and more I'm around this person, the stronger and stronger those feelings inside
And
me
I've
continue
been there.
growing. So now I'm kind of just like fall back, and now they're like, yo, what's going on? Like, nah, you know, got things going on or whatever. But you know, like you.
And they
start
probably
feeling that
know
way.
too.
And they probably
like I
will
said,
know.
I've been there on the like opposite side where the person had feelings for me or whatever, and they had to distance themselves. And I had to respect it. You get what I'm saying? Because I love you and I love you unconditionally, and I understand that this is too much for you. So you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going to force you to stay here because it's going to hurt you, and I'm not here to hurt you. So if you got to distance yourself, when you come back, like if you decide to come talk to me or whatever, I'm still here as your friend. You get what I'm saying? But you got to do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel better. If this is too much for you, by all means, you know what I mean? Take your distance. That doesn't mean I'm not fucking with you no more. I'm not mad because you can't be around me, even though it might bother me that I might have lost my friend the way I lost my friend. But I'm not going nowhere because I love you unconditionally and you're my
I just
friend.
think that sometimes you can build a friendship off rip and, you know, something evolves. But then there are some instances where I really don't want to build a friendship from the get-go. I'm letting you know, like, I got an attraction to you. I want to get to know you to see if that we can build on that attraction. Like, because you might be physically attracted, but you're a fucking horrible person. I don't know. But I got to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? But at least you know up front, like, you know, what expectations, in a sense of what direction you guys are growing that ship in.
So I don't think your significant other starts as a friend and then you get into a relationship. I think that friendship is built while you're in a relationship.
I agree.
Yep, I
So
agree
that's
too.
why I don't understand when people say, oh, like my lady can't be my friend, she has to just be my lady. Nah, I don't see it, because when you're through the process is where you build the friendship. Now it's some circumstances where you start off as friends and then you begin to like each other and then you fall into a relationship. There it's kind of hard when you leave each other to be still friends, because I feel like you started off as friends and then you got a relationship and then it went left. So there's no reason for us to be friends because it went left. But that's why I'm still cool with any girl that I ever dealt with. Well, most of them, but I don't want to say 99.9%. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with all of them because as we got into a relationship, we built a friendship, and I don't like to be the bad guy ever in any situation. I don't ever like to be the bad guy, so I don't end any situation where I come off as the bad guy. I have fucked up in the past where I did a lot of shit that, you know, I was young, learning, but I like to own up to what I did, and then, you know, we're cool, we're good. Hopefully we move past it, and we're good from there.
What?
I'm just trying to see if you want to add on to anything.
Yeah, what they said.
What they said.
Nah, I mean, I can add, but I don't want to like run it too long. I could try to make it short. But the whole friends, like you, I agree with what you said. Like you do develop the friendship with some people, and I think people sometimes, like it's my thing overall. When I like, are we friends or we not? I meet somebody, we taking a step to a relationship, I like to walk into that door clear-minded. I try my best to walk in there clear-minded, and I hope that person do the same thing. And I'm more of a just let it roll and to see what happens type of person. So if I walk in clear-minded where I'm not gonna try to, my best not to have like any past relationship issues or problem affect what I'm not going to fuck up what could be good because of me before it even start because of I'm not going to overthink too much stuff. And I'd rather, that's a problem I feel people have. People comes to the door come to be in a relationship and not ready to do it. And that's where you get the exes problem in this because they come in to start this new door, but the other door's still cracked open and they still got feelings for this person and still want to do this and that. If you come to this door already and you dropped your laundry off already and you good.
I love your analogies.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just made it on the spot too.
Laundry.
I just did that. But like, you know, if you come ready, clean clothes ready, like you ready to get it all dirty all over again, don't come with your clothes partially washed because you got some old stains on there that's not going to go away.
That's a good one.
Because that curry don't get out.
Look at you.
Because if the car mirror is dirty, don't use the Windex, use the windshield wiper. I get it.
You use vinegar.
But thank you guys. Okay.
But yeah, so like that's just my thing. Like you as a person to jump in a relationship, you got to be mentally ready to do it.
Absolutely.
If you're not mentally ready to do it, it's not going to work out.
Some people get into relationships and their doors aren't closed. They're looking to try to close that door with this door.
That never work out.
Yeah.
Like I always felt it was weird. Like somebody would break up in a relationship and the next week they're in a new relationship. Like what? Like they
You ain't come
It's a
up like that.
rebound. It's a rebound thing.
I had a friend like that.
Sometimes it's not even a rebound. Sometimes that person was Sometimes that
do that?
person was already
I was like that.
Yeah,
interviewing
right,
into the
right,
next
yeah,
thing
exactly.
before.
I was to a point where I just didn't know how to be by myself, and I didn't know it until someone told me that. Well, she's like, yo, you. The reason why nothing ever works with you is because you don't know how to be by yourself. Like she said, like, yo, be by yourself, be alone for a while. And then it probably didn't work, but yeah, I'm where I'm at now, and I feel like looking back, you know, I did get involved in a lot of situations because
You didn't know how to be
just
by
gotta
yourself.
have a solid piece of, you know.
I agree. Yeah.
Solid
And I
piece.
had a friend that do that all the time, and I asked him because this dude had mad girlfriends, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm talking like 15 plus girlfriends, and this dude like younger than me. I'm like, he get out one next less than a month, he in a like full blown. He love her already. I had to ask him, I'm like, yo, bro, like real shit, like how you do that mentally? Because I can't do that. And he strictly said he don't like to feel alone. Straight up, he don't like to feel alone, and he will not feel alone ever.
It's called codependency.
And I was like, okay, that's what works for you.
I like my me time too much.
It could be abandonment issues and codependency, but that's neither here nor there.
God bless his pockets.
Right. But thank you guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. We
Yeah.
appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it was cool.
Just kicking it.
Yes, we just
It was
kick
cute.
And then come
Same was
on,
cute.
just chatting whenever you want, you know?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Again.
And again.
And again. All right, guys, we out.